Morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. We live. We live. We're live. Thank you so much for watching. You're watching the Solid Sports Gamer channel. Troy West here. As this is episode 260 of the Solid Sports video blog. Appreciate you guys so much. You guys have been so great. We up to 276 subscribers. Like I've said, I appreciate you guys so much for being so supportive. Sorry I'm late. I'm always late. I tried to. I just be trying to make sure I eat something because if I don't. uh my mind, my mind be more sharper when I now I'm not worried about eating or any of those things. So I thank you guys for being here. Like I said, if you saw my reel on my social media, basically we're gonna touch on um the American League Central today, the division in the American League, the Guardians, the Royals, Tigers, Chicago White Sox. Um, So we'll look at that division today. Um, just some other spring training stuff going on, some injuries, and some other updates. And the Zach Wheeler contract, we'll talk about that as he breaks the record, gets an extension with the Philadelphia Phillies. In the NBA, we'll look at Russell Westbrook. He's sidelined for the month. We'll talk about LeBron James. So this 40,000 points. I get my views on LeBron. And um, a, s- a updated status. We look at the standings, see where everybody stands right now. As now you start this around the time of year you start thinking about the playoffs, as we're in March. Um, NFL, we look at the latest free agents, the latest franchise tags, any major tags. There wasn't really that many big players that got tagged, but the free agency is wide open. So um, we'll check that out, especially with the running backs. There's a lot of great running backs, or people probably say used to be great running backs on the free agency list. So we'll take a look at that stuff as well. And of course, the biggest news in the NFL right now, the release of Russell Wilson, even though it wasn't a surprise, but the Broncos are definitely going in a different direction. So we'll look into that, and we'll just touch on some other stuff. I'll give you an update on the channel. Like I said, our subscribers are growing day by day. So we'll take a look at all that today. So thank you guys for being here this morning. Like I said, sorry for the latest. I try, like I said, 10 o'clock be my target time, but I always wind up pushing it to 10:15, which I needed the extra time. I had some other little stuff to touch up and do. So, um, but other than that, appreciate you getting here, being here. Let's just go ahead and get into it. Um, as we look at the MLB, of course, I say this all the time. I don't have a lot of baseball fans that I know, but but we'll see uh, um, what's going on with that. Uh, but I'm hoping we can get some baseball fan. I like to talk baseball, so hopefully I run across a subscriber that like to talk baseball. But other than that, let's talk about the AL Central. I want to look into that division today. Um, another very competitive division. I mean, some teams don't stand out to you, but um, still a competitive division. I'm in the NFL. I'm sorry. Let's see. MLB. Oh, that's right. Probably should have did it another way, but that's fine. We'll do it this way. We'll do it this way. That's fine. All right. Well, I brought up the Chicago White Sox. Let's talk about them first. Of course, had an eventful season last year. Tony La Russa got fired in the middle of the season. They was playing very, very well, and they just fell off the map. Had some talent there. I think they lost. Uh, I think they lost a couple of players though too. So, um, in fact, let's take a look at their roster. I think they lost a couple of guys, but I don't know what they're going to do this year. Yeah. Um, yeah. Yeah, they lost some guys. So, White Sox is a mystery. We'll see what they do this season. Um, let's talk about the Cleveland Guardians. I touched on them throughout some of my last blogs because I keep calling them the other name, the Indians. Um, but they won the division last year, but didn't do much in the playoffs. Um, looking at their roster, um, but yeah, this division to me is gonna be wide open. Um, Stephen Voigt is their manager. Was he their manager last year? I'm not sure about that. Okay, all right. Yep. So he's a new manager. So I didn't know that. Okay. So let's back out of there. Let's look at the Detroit Tigers. Then we got the Minnesota Twins. That's who I really like in this division. But let's look at the Tigers. See what they looking like. The Tigers and the Royals. They pretty much have young rosters. Let's see. Of course, Miguel Cabrera retired, so he's gone. Um, yeah, so the Tigers, so now I'm starting to look at the division. Maybe, I think it's the Twins' division to lose. Um, I think, you know what? I'm starting to think maybe Kansas City will compete in this division. Maybe they finish second, but let's see. Um, let's go to the Royals to see what they looking like. Excuse me. Actually, they 9-3 in the spring league right now. Bobby Witt Jr. He's the most fun player on that team. So Kansas City might be all right. Um, but to me, it's the Twins division to lose. Let's take a look at them real quick. I don't see nobody else really compete for the division. I mean, I like Cleveland. We'll see what Cleveland does. Um, but I don't see nobody competing in this division. Um, other than Minnesota. So let's look at their roster just to refresh my memory. Okay. Of course, Carlos Correa, yeah. Carlos Santana, two big names there. Max Kepler. So they definitely got the deeper team. Bryson Buxton, of course. Brian Buxton, excuse me. So Minnesota on paper got the better team in this division. So other than injuries, I don't see how they don't win it because they did win the division last year, right? What was it, Cleveland? Um, yeah, let's just look that up real quick so I won't be misspoken again. And if we're gonna talk it, I usually don't do this. Who won the American League Central Division in 2023? Yeah, Minnesota. Okay, so I was wrong. I thought it was Cleveland. I think Cleveland was close. Okay, yeah, they clinched it. Yeah, about a week before the season. So I'm mistaken. So I've been saying that wrong for the last week. I thought Cleveland. I think they won it the year before. So I think Minnesota sort of faded. So, um, yeah. All right, so let's get back to where we need to be. So that's it for the NL Central. We look at um, actually we did this. We did this. Yeah, so we going west. So we're going to do the AL West, and then we finish with the National League West um, will be the last division due. So we'll be in the American League still. We'll do the American League West, which should be an interesting division. Texas Rangers, the and the Houston Astros. They probably the two top teams there. Seattle will probably compete a little bit. We'll see if the Angels um, will improve. And then we got Oakland. I think Oakland is years away. I think they got that Las Vegas move and all that is over top of their head. So I think they won't be competing for a while. Um, but other little spring training notes, let's go back to the standings because, like I said, I was surprised a little bit with Kansas City being 9-3. But I mean, spring training, like I said, spring training is somewhat of an outlier. Like you'll see some teams do well and then struggle in the regular season. Um, but I mean, but winning is winning. I don't care what form of winning it is. What you know, because we look at it like in the Cactus League, which is in Arizona, Kansas City, the Dodgers. You would be surprised about the Angels. Uh, 8-8, 9-3, and 8-3 is the Angels. Colorado's 8-4. Colorado, you see how bad they had the year last year. And let's just look at the teams with bad records. Seattle 1-9. You don't think they're going to be that bad. Um, so I mean that's just the example. Orioles doing well, 10-2. But this really just shows how strong your 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 farm system is to me. Boston 8-4. Washington is over 500. You don't expect much out of Washington. Houston, a good team. They are barely above. Speaking of Minnesota, they near the bottom. Toronto, you think they'd be better? Tampa's 2-7. Uh, Tampa is a little bit surprised because, like I said, that's what they build on in the farm system. So you would think they'd be better right now. But baseball is an up and down sport. I think that's why it's 100 something games because you need that many games to really gauge how good or bad you are. Um, so I mean, spring training is okay, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? It's not a. I mean, it's not a out. It's an outlier. Excuse me, and also it's just shaky. You can't say, all right, your team finished top of the Cactus League and then they go win the World Series. No, that's like it's not automatic like that. And that's in every sport. Exhibition, that's what it is. It's exhibition. So you're just feeling each other out, seeing what you got, and then a regular season you probably play a completely different way. So, um, but now I want to get into the Zach Wheeler contract. That's been the biggest news in baseball. Um, Wheeler, of course, been a workhorse for the Phillies the last couple of years. Of course, on the World Series team, and then last year as well. Um, so he deserved the contract. It just seems like every time somebody get a contract, it breaks a record. Like the money don't even sound like much to me. I think it was what 2 more years, 45 million a year. That don't, especially for baseball, that don't sound like a record to me. I'm like, oh, 45 million, that's a record. Okay, it's probably a couple million, but still. But the funny thing is, he played yesterday and he got rocked. The Orioles got him off the field, but it's spring training, so like I said, you can't go off of that. But it was just funny. He got his contract and he played didn't play that well. Um, but the Phillies, like I said, we already talked about the Phillies doing our little previews, and I think they're going to be right there again, competing for at least a wild card spot. I still like my Braves though, but the Phillies is a formidable team to be looking for in the National League, not just the NL East. So good deal for them. He's like their ace, so definitely good to lock him up. Um, and they just got to stay healthy. If they do, then the Phillies will be right there again. All right, so that's it with baseball. So I ain't gonna kill y'all with that no more. Let's get into the NBA. I just want to talk about, and only why I highlighted this because a lot of people, at least a lot of experts, really put the Clippers in front of the Western Conference, even though they third in the conference, and I think they are a formidable opponent. Um, but I just can't get fully behind the Clippers until they actually do it. It's just hard. They always just get in the playoffs and just somehow just implode, or Kawhi get hurt or Paul George get hurt. But Russell Westbrook. We talked about Russell Wilson today too. Russell Westbrook is the one that's hurt with a broken hand, so he'll be out for the next month. Um, but I've been giving him a lot of credit because he took his role at coming off the bench. I think that helped the team because if he was sort of still combative about that, it would have slowed down this team's success. So I give him a lot of credit. And I think they're going to miss him in certain situations, certain ways. But I also think the Clippers will survive without him. But even though they've been struggling a little bit last couple of games, um, but I think I think the Clippers are a good team. I just think I still wouldn't put them over Denver. Now, like I said, this been starting to come up now. Even though I've been saying this for the last couple of weeks, Minnesota, OKC. Yeah, they're the two top teams in the West, but I don't think whoever plays them in the first round, they're gonna have a tough. They're gonna have a tough. I mean, they might could still get by, but they're gonna have a tough first round series, no matter who it is at that bottom, who it is, and if it's the Lakers, um, or even the Kings, or any of these teams with experience, the Warriors, they're gonna have a tough series because they're gonna push them to bring out their best. Even though it's the regular season, but the Lakers are 3-1 against OKC, so that'd be something in the back of their mind if they wind up being their first round opponent. So um, just something to look forward to in the playoffs. Unless Denver rises, it gets higher and push those teams down. But other than that, I think we got. I think in both conferences we got both our teams. We're gonna look into that deeper. LeBron James, of course, Saturday night, um, he reached the 40,000 point mark. First player in NBA history to do that. Um, of course, there have been debates, well, for the last few years about him and Michael Jordan. To me, it's not. I'm not saying it's not a debate. I just understand if people will say LeBron, it's Michael for me. But if you say LeBron, I'm not going to push you back too much, because Michael Jordan, what LeBron has done, like I said, even this feat, even though you could call it a longevity stat, but LeBron has done things, going to the 10 straight finals. I always point that out to help his argument, even though he didn't win them all, of course. Um, just the things that he's done for the league. Um, and he's a great player. He's number two on top of my list. It's Mike. Like I said, my top five is Mike. Him is at two. Three, I got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I think he's starting to get less recognition, and I think it's because of the generation. I think it's a generational question now as well. I think it probably in another 10 years, I think more people you be hearing more people say LeBron than Michael Jordan. I think, but see, what keeps Michael Jordan, and I think some people try to make this point. I think it matters. I don't think it's. I know him as a player, so the shoes don't matter. But I think the Jordan shoes does keep Michael Jordan hanging around, keep it even with the younger generation. It keep their mind on him, or make them wanna go look him up. You know, I think that does factor into the argument as far as for the younger people. See, I actually seen Michael Jordan play. Um, so yeah, so that's I think it's a generation. I think more people gonna start saying LeBron, especially after he retires, and I say in another 10 years, you'll hear more, especially younger people saying LeBron James. So, um, but it's a great feat. I mean, still, longevity to me matters. Like I think you got to give yourself credit for that as well. It's not luck. Like I think some people are trying to say, well, he's just playing, but he's still playing at a high level. Um, like it's a lot of people that's played. Well, I ain't gonna say a lot, but a few players that played 20 years, but they don't have half the records that LeBron have. So you can't just say, oh, he played long, but he's still playing very, very well at 39 years of age. So you gotta give him credit for that. Now, for this year, the Lakers, I don't like I said, the Lakers are just weird. Like they've had some big wins and then they fade off for a few days or a few weeks and then come back. But if they make the playoffs, they're gonna be dangerous because you got LeBron, you got Anthony Davis. Like I said, I'm gonna give Anthony Davis credit again. He's played very, very well this year. Stayed healthy. Um, and that's probably why you would think the Lakers would be more in the top half of the West, because they've been relatively healthy all year. But other than Davis. But I mean, but they have other injuries like Vanderbilt been out. Um, uh, Roar been in and out. Um, and D'Angelo Russell, he's played very well as well. So give him some credit as well. He's played well. He seemed like he's matured a lot. So the Lakers would be a force if they make the playoffs, but will they make it? Because it's a chance. If you stay in that play-in bracket, that you could, one game you could be gone. So there's something to look forward to. But congratulations to LeBron. I know that the debate's going to be back and forth, back and forth. It's Michael Jordan for me still, but LeBron is number two all time. And like I said, after Jabbar, I got Magic at four. I got Kobe at five. That's my top five, personal top five. I think after the first three, like I said, the first three is unarguable. You can argue the order, but the first three, I don't see how you can have anybody else in the top three but LeBron, Michael, and Kareem. I just don't see it. Nobody. Now Steph is coming. Steph is coming. He'll probably crack the top 10 soon. Um, um, and Kevin Durant, I know it's been talks about Kevin Durant being. I think talent wise, yes. I think he's worthy of a top 10. But like I said, accomplishments does matter. That separates you, from the best to the best. So two titles, and then the people don't like the way they got the title. I don't personally care about it. He was the best player on that team, and they needed him for sure because I think Cleveland would have been the one winning the championships if they wouldn't have got the rent. They would have probably at least split them 2 years that they played. So with the rent, they played five in a row, and of course Golden State won four out of the five. Correct? No, three out of the five. Sorry, Cleveland won. No, yeah, four out of five. Yeah. Oh no, they played four in a row. I'm sorry. They was going to they played five, but they played four in a row, which was still a record. And I think I made a joke. That's why I'm confused. I made a joke that it's not going to be because LeBron wound up going to LA. So, but I don't think the Warriors. Yeah, the Warriors made it and they lost to Toronto. That's what I'm thinking about. So they won the five in a row, but Cleveland didn't. Okay, got my mind right. See, I be slipping all over the place when I get to talking and rambling, but yeah, but congratulations to LeBron. And the other thing I want to, I'm just going to touch on it because it's a big topic. About LeBron possibly losing PEDs. I don't know. Like I said, PEDs to me in all sports, it's just been something. I mean, I think it matters. Like I think it's you do have advantage, but it's hard for me to. I don't know. I just don't crucify a player for it. Especially baseball. Baseball, you get murdered once you've been found out you do PEDs or even rumored to do them. But I think I say this: if he did, and if we could prove it, and we find out that he did, if he did, it will hurt his legacy a little bit. It will, even for me. Like I would probably let's just keep it at the top players of all time. I probably would drop him under the Kareem and probably even Magic. I would probably have to drop him down if I find out that LeBron did do PEDs. I don't know. Um, but every time something like this, he's 39 and still looking the way he looks, still playing the way he playing. It makes you think like, is he? But if he is, like I said, I would still respect him, but I would have to say, yeah, that would hurt his legacy big time because, especially the longevity part of it, which the people that do give him credit for that, including myself, that would be a factor if he's on PEDs, especially now. So, but we don't know. We won't know. But it's starting to become a big deal. People starting to get behind this notion that he did. So, but I need to see more proof. I need to see something more than just people saying that he is or thinking that he is. Because some people they just think that he is because they saying it's impossible with for him to do what he's doing. Um, so we'll see. We'll see. Like I said, things I said I just I don't know nobody that know him. Of course I'm just a fan, so I don't know nothing. So, I gotta wait until hopefully we find the truth. But see, LeBron is so big enough. You might never find out the truth. He could probably pay off people. That's just the real talk. Like he could pay off people. He could, he probably got people with cease and desist and all types of stuff. So, um, I don't know. I hope not, but if he did, yeah, it would change my opinion on him a little bit. Um, but like I said, I still don't got him over Mike anyway. So, um, but congratulations to him. 40,000 points is just still remarkable. So, um, and I think, like I said, I think he's gonna at least play. I think he's gonna try to wait for Brody. That's a whole nother subject. I ain't gonna get into that. But now he came out and said that it depends on who where he thinks he's going to get drafted. But I don't think he's a top 5 pick. Like in my opinion, I think maybe bottom 10. I don't think he's a top 5 pick. So I don't know what he means by that because he had to wait to the draft lottery anyway. But I don't think he's going to be a number 1 or number 2 pick. I think he's probably at least maybe in the top 10. But I don't think he's top 5. Um, um, a draft pick right now, a prospect to be drafted top 5. Um, so he might just be saying that just to maybe to throw the attention off a little bit of LeBron and the other stuff that's going on because I don't see. I think he really wants to play with his son too. I think that's a real fact. I don't think that's over exaggeration at all. So I think, but LeBron got the power. He can make that happen. Especially if he stay with the Lakers. He could make that happen. He could probably somehow even form a trade or something, or to get him with his son. I don't know, So, and that'd be something else nobody else had ever done. I don't think father and son ever played on the same team in the NBA. I would have to look that up, but I doubt it. Now I know maybe father and son has played there. I don't even think it's played in the league either. I know in baseball it's happened many a times. Ken Griffey Jr. and his father played together and played in the same game. So. Um, Football, I don't think it's happened for sure, because by the time you got to really last for a long, long time. Now Brady could have did it. If Brady had a son, Brady could have did it. How long he played, but I want to say that haven't happened. That never happened. Not even playing at the same time in the league, let alone playing on the same team. I might have to look that up, but I doubt it, just off the top of my head. All right, let's check a look at this. Let's look at the NBA standings. Couple of big games last night. Boston was hot. They lost to Cleveland at the last second, 105-104. That was a big game last night. Rest of the games, Phoenix over Denver, that was a huge win for the Suns. Kevin Durant did his thing. And that's why Phoenix would be dangerous because Durant could do that. He could carry a team when he can. So at Denver, like I said, they okay defensively, but they not great. So if you got a great player to go up against Jokic, you got a shot. So that was a big win for Phoenix as well. Um, Other than that, other games really, not had much meaning. The kid from the Rockets had the career high last night. That was huge. Um, so that's what happened last night. But let's take a look at the standings. We'll start the East. I always start the Eastern Conference. We had 30 minutes in almost. So I'm on a good pace. Let's see. All right. Yeah, speaking of Boston, like I said, lost last night. But still, even though Cleveland won that game, they still ate clear. Cleveland. Milwaukee has passed the Cavaliers. Milwaukee has been hot. Milwaukee looked um, uh, like this is the team that they want to be. Like I said, I think they're gonna get better. Like I said, sometimes it takes almost a whole season to get to get you where you want to be. So I think, like I said, I think people was panicking. Like I said, I still think they should have kept Griffin. Doc Rivers not a bad coach. I just think when it comes to strategizing and being in the postseason, that's what we're going to see if Milwaukee can overcome that. But I'm not worried about the Bucks making the playoffs or getting to the conference finals. I think they can get all the way there. It's just that when it really gets down to it, could Doc Rivers push the right buttons? Um, but like I said, even before Doc Rivers, Milwaukee has had some meltdowns. Like I said, just last year, losing to Miami in the first round as a 1 seed. So, um, So I mean, that's the thing with the Bucks. I mean, they're a good team, but it's like we'll see what they do in the playoffs. Like you're not worried about right now. At least not I am. I'm not. So um, Cleveland, of course, I just said they're 40 or 21. Like I said, I still don't believe in Cleveland either. I think they're a good team, but I think when it comes to the playoffs, it's going to depend who they match up with. Orlando Magic, all the way up to four again. Um, I like the Magic, man. Yeah, I give them credit. Pasharo, the young kid has played well. That young team played well. They had some bumps and bruises, which you would think they will. They still growing, but to be fourth right now in the East is a good accomplishment. Knicks hanging in there at five. Of course, you know all the injuries. Jalen Brunson, they say he's okay, but Julius Randle been out. Anobi had been out, so Knicks try to overcome some injuries. Miami Heat, another team. They're going to sleepwalk through the regular season, but we'll see where they stand. Jimmy Butler is Jimmy Butler. So long as you got Jimmy Butler, you got a shot. Philadelphia 76ers same, trying to survive these injuries. And B say he will be back. I know some people opinion think they should just shut him down because they're gonna make the playoffs. But I think, like I said, I think it'd be, and I respect him for saying it. I think he knows he's been injury prone, so I think he wants to play as much as he can. So I think that's why he came out and said that. So Sixers would be dangerous if they finish on the lower side. Let's just say they get Milwaukee in the first round, or Cleveland, or even Boston. I think it'd be a tough set. I don't think they're gonna fall that far. Depends on when Embiid gets back. And yeah, the Pacers, another team. I'm really in. I really like. I just like the way they play today's basketball. Of course, they shoot a lot of threes. And when they on, they on. Tyrese Halliburton, leading the league in assists. That kid is good. Um, I like Miles Turner. I like him. Getting PL Siakam. That's going to be big for them. The Pacers going to be a dangerous team as well in the postseason. I think they're not afraid of anybody. So look out for the Pacers come playoff time. Chicago Bulls, 29-32, and I just noticed I usually start from the bottom and go down, but I just think, like I said, I think the teams are set, so that's why I decided to go from the top to the bottom today. Bulls 29-32, they okay. Um, Atlanta Hawks, they got injuries right now. No Trey Young, but I still think they might survive Brooklyn and Toronto, who was there sitting on the outside looking in. Charlotte, Washington, Detroit, they definitely way out of it. But I know I already said Brooklyn was done, but Brooklyn still has some talent. So if Atlanta can get it together in time, maybe Brooklyn, Toronto, same. Like they sold, instead of being buyers, they were sellers at the trade deadline. So they pretty much just got an average team. They got some good talent players, but just average team. So at the end of the day, that's probably going to be their demise. All right, in the West, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna start at the top and go down. Um, Minnesota Timberwolves, like I said, and this reared this ugly head. What was it, Sunday when they played the Clippers? They can't score. It's hard for them to score. Um, you know, especially a clutch moment. So Anthony Edwards would have had to be that guy. I don't know if he's ready to do that yet. I think one day he will, but not now. So I think that's gonna be their flaw. Cat gonna have to be, I think, even more aggressive, even though he's aggressive at times. Rudy is Rudy, so I mean, I know some people don't agree. I think that he should be more of a scorer, but I think Rudy is Rudy. I think you gotta let Rudy be Rudy, and I mean that in a good way. Let him focus on defense. Give him some lobs, give him some easy ones. But as far as to tell him go score, no. And I think Minnesota's bench I thought was deeper, but I don't think it is. I think it's not as deep, so I think that's might hurt them in the end. But still, it'd be number one right now. It's not a fluke. We'll see if we're able to hold on to it. OKC, like I said, I love for the future and I love for now. Um, and like I said, the Lakers a little bit of a bug for them. But they had beaten the Warriors. They had beaten the Clippers, other big teams. The Lakers has been their thorn. And I think just because they're young, like I said, they're young, they still growing. Um, and I think that's what might get them, depending on who they get in the first round. Um, but I think you rather be have some home court than to be on the road and be a young team. So Let's see if they can hold on to it. Even though Denver now is a half game behind OKC at 42-20. Nuggets defending champions. Excuse me, can't count them out. I don't think it matters where they finish. They're another team that they got their experience. So if they have to go on the road, I think they'd be fine. LA Clippers, we touched a little bit on the day. No rust for a month. Um, but we'll see if Paul George and Kawhi Leonard continue to do what they've been doing. Like I said, they small, but who's not small in today's NBA? But the Clippers, just what they could do on both sides of the floor, is why, add their experience. We'll see what happens with them going forward. We'll see where they are next week. New Orleans Pelicans. A little bit of just the team, a little bit of a wild card team. I think they have the talent to compete. Brandon Ingram has been playing great. Um, um, C.A. McCollum has been a good second player. Zion, of course, been talks about Zion. Of course, been Stephen A. said some stuff about him. I think I talked about this last week. But he came out and said he'd do the dunk contest if he's selected an All Star. And I ain't gonna lie, the first thing that popped in my mind was, bro, you gotta play. Like that's why you ain't been. Well, he was voted an All Star. Was it last year? I think he was the top vote getter or close to the top vote getter in the West one time. But he couldn't play because he was hurt or something was going on. So I mean, I think that's just the first thing that came to my mind. You gotta be available, man. Like and he's a good player. I don't know everybody. Some people say maybe he don't want to be in New Orleans. I don't know if that's the truth or not. Some people say this or this or that. I don't know. Some people say he want to go to New York. That was a rumor last year, but you ain't heard nothing about that in a while. So I don't know. I just think. I guess as a fan, you just don't like to see when a talented player is just not doing what you think they should do. So I think that's the thing with him. Um, but I mean, I guess his statement I guess it's valid. But I think if he did go in to get the dunk contest, he would bring it some life. Because him, like I said, LeBron is too old now. But yeah, he's probably somebody you would want to see. I know I would want to see him. I would watch a dunk contest if I knew he was in it. So, but as far as them this year, I think it's going to depend on who they match up with. They have their times when they sleepwalk as well. So we'll see what happens with the Pelicans going forward. Phoenix Suns, like I said, big win last night against the Nuggets. They got to stay healthy. We got to get Bradley Beal back, see how that really works. But Kevin Durant could go off for 35, 40 points any night. So can Devin Booker. So that's why Phoenix will always be a dangerous team. And it's going to depend on who they match up with as well. Sacramento Kings at 7. Like I said, they was third last year. So you thinking they took a step back. I say this every week, but the Kings, if they get in, they got the experience. They're not afraid of nobody either. De'Aaron Fox can take over a game, so um, Kings will be dangerous at 7. Dallas as well. Dallas with Luka. They lost last night again. Dallas just. I mean, I like Luka. I like Dallas. I kind of just like Dallas. I mean, I'm not quite a fan of the Mavs, but I like the Mavs because going back, Michael Finley. Then they got Dirk, so I followed them when Dirk was one of my favorite players. Now they got Luka Doncic. He's one of my favorites as well. Um, Kyrie Irving, he's a great player. So, um, but they dangerous because, like I said, they got Luka and Kyrie. Kyrie can give you 40, 50 points on a given night. So they sort of in the Phoenix realm a little bit with two great stars, and then just got to get everybody else in line. So we'll see what goes on with the Mavs this year going forward. The Lakers, we talked about the Lakers a lot already. Um, just got to get it together. They got to get together, man. That's all. Let LeBron be LeBron. Let AD be AD. Everybody else got to get in line. I think lately, Austin Reeves and D'Angelo Russell have played well, but they just faded at times. They got to be consistent. And I think they get Vanderbilt back. I think that helps. So Lakers going to be dangerous, though, if they able to make the playoffs. Warriors, same. And I was talking to my brother. The Lakers did pass them. So the Golden State is 10, but he's just a my brother. he's a fan, but he won't admit it, but he's what you call the word? Uh, he's biased. Like he's definitely biased. He always sees the good side in his teams, all the time. Like and the Warriors, like I said, they who they are. I think they Steph, Steph will have to carry them. Still, that's basically what it is. If he's not playing well, as we seen in Boston, I'm not even gonna bring that up because that happens. Even though it was a record, um, it was unheard of what happened, but it happens sometimes. You get blown out, and then they ain't play in the second half, nobody. So, you know, but the Warriors, like I said, they gonna be dangerous because they experience. That's all. They experience. They gonna have to outwit teams. But far as going toe to toe, that's gonna be a hard task to do unless Steph is hot. All right, these are teams still alive. Well, these are two teams still alive in my opinion. Utah Jazz, they fade a little bit, but they trying to hold on. They in the 11th spot. Houston, and you see what they did last night. They still trying to hold on as well. Memphis, Portland, San Antonio, they're done. Like, I declared them done. So, okay, so that's it with the NBA. I'm gonna move on to the NFL because already 40 minutes in, so a little bit longer than I want it to be, but that's always the case. That's why I say I'll go live this time because um, the premiere thing, I like doing that. I might try that again. It's just that it takes so long for the video. You gotta get the video processed and all that. So it took like 2 hours. So I wanted to premiere at 12, but the video wasn't ready until about 12:30. So, but I might do it that way again. Let's see. We can talk NFL now. Now I might have to look up the free agency list because I want to go over it. We're gonna talk about Russell Wilson in a second. First, yeah, I'm gonna do it this way. I think I'm just gonna Google who was franchise tag in the NFL. Who was franchise tagged in the NFL this season? Let's see. Maybe they got a list. Let's see, I'm trying to pull up a list here. Yeah, let's see. Oh, that's right. It might be. Yeah, because like I said everybody don't have to do it, so it don't have to be all 30 foot. Like you don't have to tag anybody. Cause they said just 9 players. Okay, so we're gonna go off this here. All right, give me 1 second. Try to pull this up so I can. Hopefully, I can just go off and just. Of course, this not letting me do it. So. Okay. Okay. All right. Right. The biggest name, Michael Pittman Jr. of the Indianapolis Colts. He was tagged. Um, and then you got till what? Right before training camp or right during training camp to get a long term deal or you'll get paid um, basically the average salary for your position. Kyle Duggar, safety for the New England Patriots, he was tagged. Um, Anton Whitfield, safety for Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he was tagged. Um, Jalen Johnson, Chicago Bears corner, he was tagged. Um, Josh Allen, that's probably the biggest name. So two kind of big names. Um, I know they was trying to hold on to him, but he's been their best defensive player, so they tagged him. Of course, I know as a Raiders fan, Justin Metabuke, he was tagged. Um, he was huge for the Ravens on that defensive line last year. Excuse me. Uh, Linebacker Brian Burns for the Carolina Panthers, he was tagged yesterday. L'Jarius Sneed, big nail. So there's a couple of big names on this list. He's tagged by Kansas City. T. Higgins for the Cincinnati Bengals. Wide receiver, of course. So yeah, so they are 9 players. So a couple of big names on that list. So I stand corrected there. We're gonna look at free agency in a second. Go through that real quick to be able to get into the Russell Wilson thing. Then we're gonna wrap things up here. But franchise tag. I guess as the team, you gotta do what you gotta do to keep that player. Um, but the good side of it for the player is, you get your average salary at least, which might have been more what you was making most of the time. So, like some of them guys, like Matabuke for the Ravens, he's going to get 22 million if he can't reach a deal. T. Higgins going to get over 20 million. Pittman, so they're going to get somewhat what they deserve for 1 year, but of course you always with a long term deal. All right, so now we're going to look at free agents. And then we're gonna get into the Russell Wilson situation. Um, let's see. Uh, Current NFL free agents. See if it give me a list here. Okay, good. Got one. So I don't have to worry about looking all around. Okay, is it a list? Is it a list? Okay, Chris Jones. I thought the Chiefs signed him. Well, they decided for the 1 year, so he's here. Kirk Cousins, where he's gonna go. Um, that'd be crazy. Well, Josh Allen was tagged. T. Higgins was tagged, so you take them off the list. Jalen Johnson for the Bears. Brian Burns, he was tagged. Mutabuke, he was tagged. Christian Watkins for for the Miami Dolphins, he's on this list. Antoine Whitfield. No, was he tagged? I think he was tagged. Michael Pittman Jr., he was tagged. Darrell Hunter, he's on the list. The Jersey was tagged. Mike Evans was signed by Tampa, so he's off. So this is an old list. So let me see. That's not it. I'm trying to get a real good list where I could just go down and. But I know the running backs. They got a lot of guys. Okay, yeah, NFL.com should be a little accurate. Let's see. But it's crazy, especially on the running back side. Yeah, see, this is not a list I want either. But you know what? I'm just gonna go off what I know. I know the running backs. B, my man, what's up, bro? Let me go. My man B. I'm sorry, everybody. I just missed my buddy B, man. I ain't seen him. I ain't heard from him in a couple weeks, so I was just worried about him. But I'm glad he's in here. Uh, but yeah, all right. Well, in fact, here's one that say running backs. Yeah, this is. 21 hours ago. Okay, so this is accurate. Yeah, I want to focus on the running backs here. Hey, B, I got my yeah, I heard about that. I heard about Crash Tape Rumble. I heard that like behind the scenes, like Toys for Bob or something ain't going right, and they about to basically it's about to be just out there. But like I said, I still ain't been on there. I still ain't get my PlayStation up and running back yet. But I got my Nintendo Switch information. Um, well, so give me information. We could be friends on the Switch. I've been playing my Switch a lot. I've been really enjoying it, man. Been doing little short videos on it. Let's see. I just had the list right here. Oh, J.K. Dobbins. He's okay. He's a free agent. Ezekiel Elliott. Yeah, I mean he's. But Derrick Henry's on this. This A.J. Dillon is a big name. Zach Moss. So it's some very talented running backs. I recommend you do the research on yourself on that. But the running backs has been just thrown to the wayside, like as always is in the NFL because of the strain and uh, the injury level and everything else. So I think people would just rather just. I think teams, if they could do it, I think they would just draft a running back. They draft a running back every year. Um, you know what I'm saying? So let me see. Can I view it? Hold on. Guess I can't. Okay. Dang B. I don't know if you just sent that message. He probably tried to send some information. They probably blocked it, but yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Come next week when the NFL new season starts, we can start signing players and stuff like that. So just look out next week. You might see lot of pieces moving around next week in the NFL. So all right, so let's get into the big news of the NFL. Of course, Russell Wilson get released on Monday. Um, the Broncos are on the hook for $85 million, which is a record in the NFL by a landslide for a team to eat that much money. Um, Denver, I don't. I mean, I respect Sean Payton, but like I said, I'm gonna say this again. I think Sean Payton is somewhat of an overrated coach. Like I said, if you compare him to Mike McCarthy, pretty much they have the same resume, but Mike McCarthy always get criticized. Um, yeah, they blocked it. B, you gonna have to probably do it another way. Um, they blocked it. Go to one of my old videos and see if it's in it there, and I might could get it there. They not let you put it up in the live chat. Yeah, they blocked it. Um, uh, yeah, they blocked it. So yeah, see if you can do it that way. If not, I'll figure out something. You did. You said the code. If you said the code, then they probably blocked it there too. Cause I saw that you said you was gonna do it, but you never did. So maybe it just was blocked and I never got it. Unless you just did it just now. Oh, let me. I can go. Oh, I think I don't got my YouTube on this. Do I? All right, I'm checking now. I'm gonna see if I can see it. Let me switch. Okay. All right, I got it. Yeah, that's fine. I got it like that. I got it. That was smart. Okay, I got this comment. Let me let's see. How can I do this? 1 second. Oh, let's see. Let's see. Gotta think. Gotta think. Oh, I can write it down. Got a pen and paper right here. I can write it down. I make stuff so hard for myself sometimes. All right. All right, buddy. So yeah, as soon as I end this stream, I'm gonna get you, man. All right. Let's see. All right, I got it. So yeah, it's good thinking on your feet. Yeah, because YouTube is real sensitive about putting your age in the chat, especially live chats. They definitely don't like you doing it in a live chat. Put your birth date or any of that type of stuff, or anything that looks like a number, like a social security. Probably thought it was a social type of social. Well, over here we got social security number. I don't know if they got it in all countries, but yeah. So that's why. So I was surprised. No, I haven't. I heard about Apex Legends, but I haven't played it yet. All I think I've been playing on the Switch. I got the Nintendo Online, so I play all the old Nintendo and Super Nintendo games. I just bought Pokemon Violet. I've been playing that, of course. Pokeball takes up a lot of your time. I've been playing that the last couple of days. Mario versus Donkey Kong and Mario Wonder. That's basically what I've been playing. But the retro game library is so many games. I've just been really playing a lot of that. So, but yeah, I haven't played Apex Legends yet, but I had to check it out. Um, yeah, I was gonna get that too, Super Smash Bros. I probably get that. So I still wind up getting that later. Yep. Yeah, I probably still wind up getting that later. Oh, it's a battle royale game. Okay, okay. I've heard of it. I've seen clips of it. I haven't really played. Never played it. But where I was at, Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson. Yeah, Russell Wilson. Like I said, I was talking about Sean Payton. Sean Payton is overrated because see, he won in New Orleans, and the Saints was not a great franchise. See, Mike McCarthy won in Green Bay. Green Bay had you know their own franchise. They already had everything in place. They already a historic franchise. New Orleans never won anything, so I think when you win in places like that, you get more credit. You know, than a coach that you win. Like let's just say, even with Kyle Shanahan winning San Francisco, well, he might get a little credit because because of what he's done or whatever. He might get a little, but still, it's not. It's still gonna be more about the 49ers than him. See, with Sean Payton winning New Orleans, he's like he can't do no wrong now. So, but I don't like the way this whole thing happened with Russ. But hopefully he can find another place to land. Um, they saying Pittsburgh, but then I seen something with Pittsburgh said they're not interested, but um, they definitely should take a look at him. Atlanta is the team that jumps out to me. Maybe New England, if you want to start now. If he want to be a backup, well, I want to say want to be because he probably don't want to be a backup. But if he backs up, then that opens up more teams that might step in and maybe try to sign him. Um, so we'll see how that goes. But I think everybody's waiting for the Justin Fields trade to happen, or if Chicago's going to keep him. So I think some people are real interested in Fields as well. So I think if that happens soon, then we'll see where Russ goes after that. I think that's how that's going to happen to me. I think Fields' domino got to fall first, and then we'll see where Russ goes. So I think this might not happen for a while. Um, but the whole situation with him, I don't think he's done. I just think, honestly, I think the first year in Denver, he did have a big head. He had a little bit of arrogance to him, which he never had his whole career. Um, but But yeah, how to be always local number one in the game. Move the out to yeah. There's nobody there. There's nobody there. Yeah. So, but yeah, like like I said, I'm gonna definitely look you up once I finish this live stream, which I'm almost done. Um, but just basically about Russell Wilson because I'm an hour in. I want to get off of here. I got some things to do. But I think he's gonna be fine. I just think he's gonna have to really look in the mirror, work hard. If he want to start, he's probably gonna have to just, like I said, it might be one of those teams I mentioned, um, and he's going to have to pretty much reevaluate himself. But he's a great player still. He is a little bit older, um, but we'll see um, about Russ. But I think I think Denver did them kind of wrong, more than right. I think he could have played better. Last year he played a little bit better than he did the year before. The year before that was all him. But this year I think Sean Payton didn't. Let's just say he didn't help him, um, and he criticized him at the wrong times. So I think that's the relationship was just dead. I think Sean Payton must have somebody in mind that he wants. Um, I mean, that's the only day that makes sense to me. Other than that, I don't see how they don't make that work because Russ definitely had the talent to still play in this league. All right, so that's it. That's it for me today. Splatoon 3. I played the first Splatoon with my young nieces back in the time a couple years ago. It was a fun game. So with I probably think about it. They're the games. So I guess you telling me the games that you play. Um, but yeah, Splatoon. It's okay. I like Splatoon. It's all right. I mean, it wasn't a bad game. But like I said, I'm into this Pokemon right now. I love Pokemon. Yeah, it was on the Wii U. Yep, that's what it was on. I used to go visit my niece and we'd play it. Um, it was a fun game. It wasn't a bad game to play. You had to spray around, basically mark your territory, um, things of that nature. Yeah, so I remember the game very well. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna slowly get more games for it. Like I said, I'm trying to get my PlayStation back up because I really do miss my PlayStation. I'm a PlayStation guy all the way. But I always like the retro Nintendo games. Oh, you got the 13? Yeah, I maxed my cat bat out. Yeah, you need two more levels. Once you get to like 12 or 13, it's hard, man, to level them characters up, man. Very, very hard. So, but I'm far behind. What's the season 3 now? Spirals on there, all these other characters on there. So I missed a lot, you know. Yep. So but my only issue is because, like I said, where I am, I don't know if you can see it. It's a small place. Um, my big bro, he ain't here right now. We in season 4, so I'm way behind. Um, uh, like it's just a small area. I might just buckle down, buy a small TV, and just sit right here at this desk where I'm at and play my game here. Cause he got a PlayStation 4 himself, but he don't play. He play just sports games, and I didn't want to uh get on his system. I got my own system still. So that's the only little issue. So I might just uh and then work. Now I'm starting to get more hours, but they cut my hours at work, so I had to save money for other things. So, but I might just go and get a TV and get back on my PlayStation, man. I want a PS5 though, for sure. Before this year is over, I'm gonna get me a PS5 as well. So, because I'm missing Tekken. I've been watching people play Tekken. I want to play Tekken, um, so I want to get a PS5, man. So, man, but it's good to see you, man. I was worried about you, man. I know there's a lot of stuff going on in the world, especially over in your country, man, and um, so I was just hoping that you was all right. I know you usually try to peek it. I know you be busy sometimes as well with school, but I was like, no, he usually pop in at least once, you know. But I haven't been. I wasn't live last week. Last week I did a premiere. I recorded the video and then I premiered it. The week before I've recorded it. I did a short video and recorded it. So this is my first live in like 2 weeks. So I wasn't live last week. But I just been doing little shorts with the the little retro Mario games and stuff like that, little 30-second videos, and they've been doing very, very well. So um, that's what I've been doing with the channel of late. So that's what I plan on keep doing. A lot of people like it. Obviously, I've almost doubled my subscriber count within a couple weeks. So, oh, great! That's great news, man. So that's great. That's great. I'm glad. I know you said that that's pretty much y'all income. So 2 years is a good. So I'm great. I'm grateful for that, man. Thank you. I'm glad. I'm glad. So but yeah, I want to get back on the PlayStation, man. I do. So I'm gonna have to buckle down and do that. Then I got a girlfriend now, so you know how that is. So let's see, time gotta go to that too. So trying to manage a lot of stuff at one time right now. So, um, but I love her, and I plan on being with her for the rest of my life. So um, that's also what's been going on. Then being back here at home been kind of crazy. So so I still try to fit in. Like I work the rest of the week, so I wanted to definitely come on here today. Yeah, I know. I know. You're pretty much right. I mean, some people would disagree with you, because I know your age. I ain't gonna say it online, but yeah, yeah. I mean, trust me. If you can wait, definitely wait, man. 'Cause you ain't missing nothing. Trust me. Not at your age. You need to, go have fun and do your thing. Take your time. I don't know how it is in your country as far as dating and stuff like that. I know it's different, but if you can, definitely take your time. Definitely. See, I'm of age. I'm 40 years old, so I'm pretty much kind of late on it. So, but yeah, definitely take your time, man. Trust me. Don't be in no rush. Don't be in no rush at all. Um, well, at any age really, like you shouldn't rush because if you rush and read the wrong person, it could change your life. So that's all the advice I got. But I'm not no relationship expert. I ain't no Dr. Love or nothing like that. Don't come to me about love advice because I'm the wrong one. I'm the wrong one for that. I'm the wrong one. So, but it's good to hear from you, B. You know what I'm saying? Now, I think we can. I don't know if we could text or we can talk. I know it's a way we could talk through the Nintendo, the thing. I know it's like we could like how we used to do with the parties on PlayStation. Cause I got the app too on my phone, so we'll figure all that out. We'll figure all that out. Cause I'm definitely gonna reach out to you today for sure. As soon as I get some things straight. Want to get on my Switch for a while. But I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down, man. I'm glad you came in here. You pretty much relieved me, man. I've been worried about you, man. So I'm glad you came through and said hi. I know this ain't it's American sports, so I know this is not your topic. But like I said, sooner or later, like I said, everything will be back. I'll be doing some of my regular stuff again. But I appreciate you, man, big time. Be trying to shout you out. Well, I'm shouting you out now. I always shout you out, but I be trying to like, I guess, cause your channel just hard to find. So you know how you can shout out people on YouTube. I try. I'm gonna try to do that every week. So um, you definitely somebody. My man Caper. Uh, he reached out to me. I've been still talking to Caper. I know you should know who Caper is. He was in the Crash streams as well a couple times, but he is in the sports, so I thought I would see him today too. But he'll probably watch the playback, I guess. But thank you, man. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down, bro. I got your information, so I'm definitely gonna hit you up. Um, I'm glad too, man. I was worried about you for real. I was worried about. I was like, Dad, I hope ain't nothing happened to my man B over there, man. So I'm glad you was able to get on too. But I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here, man. Like I said, just look forward. Watch your Switch. I'm definitely about to hit you up in a little while. Everybody else, thank you to all my new subscribers. Everybody, hold up. That's what I want to do before I get off the air. I'm definitely going to do that. I have somewhat of a list of my new subscribers, so I'm going to name all of you guys. Um, all right, hold on. I want to name all of you. Let's see. Okay. All right, B. Yeah, I love you're a good person, man, and thanks for your support, man. I really appreciate it. All right, these are all my new subscribers, the ones that I have, because I know also if you can put that on private that I can't even see. I would have to go into my deep YouTube studios, and I can't get into that right now. So, um, let's see. Oh, dang, this phone died. Oh man. All right, so I got Natasha Smith. Thank you for subscribing. Brad Phillips. Multi plus worlds. I'm sorry, bro. I think I subscribed to your channel. Uh, the phone guy. Erica. I just want to say Erica because I can't pronounce the rest of your name. Gerardo 216 Diana. Marad Ahmad. Uh, the Joshua da Clasilosos. I think that's in Spanish. Um, Stacy Tarp. E. Garcia. Hope I'm saying this right. Yesessa Flantes 98. Um, and also, oh, I lost it. Tag it. And Lee Medea. And there's probably it's definitely many more of y'all, but they're the ones that I have. So I definitely would have shot you guys out. So thank you for subscribing to the channel. A little bit of a rocky show today, but we got through it. We're over an hour. Thank you so much. I love all you guys, man. Look out for the channel for more shorts. Y'all been loving those. Um, look out for it on the community wall. I'll be doing shout outs every week, so check it out. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, B. You be safe over there, man. I'm about to hit you up on the plate on the switch. And I love you guys, man. Thank you for watching. Troy West here, signing out. You watching the Solid Sports Gaming channel, Solid Sports Video Blog, episode 260. Next week, be Wednesday again. We'll be on Wednesday next week. Probably go live again next week. We probably have some NFL news, more NBA, and more MLB. But if there's any other sports you want me to talk about, definitely reach out to me. Let me know if you want me to talk about a little NHL, college basketball tournament about to start soon. We'll be talking about some different things. I just like to be on here and talk to you guys. So that being said, I'm gone. Troy West signing out. Solid Sports Gaming channel. Thank you guys for watching. Peace and love always.